Alright, I'm back. And so is Deus Ex Human Revolution. So, let's do it. New Game Plus. Give me Deus Ex. You are one with the machine.
Is everything in place?
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort, and the public will be primed for our recall.
And the clinics?
We control their birth rates. They will do as we say. I still think we should wait for the referendum. We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month. But the mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
The world will not change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
Did I hear the news? I don't know. Which news? How's it going, Caravan?
Crowds continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all. Sarif Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Vegas.
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac. No, we won't be going through the terminal, it's too exposed. Yes. I'm glad you understand. Good night, idiot.
Something wrong?
You didn't hear it.
Isn't, but you keep pulling on that necklace, Dr. Reed, and you're gonna break it.
Alright, alright.
Come on, Meg. You've defended your research before.
That was different. Then it was all just theories. But this discovery, Adam, it's big. Kepler big. Rosetta Stone big.
So,
I'm looking at the trophies I have
I want
left.
to know how I found it.
Megan, we're leaving for DC and... Adam, you're there. Good.
you need something, boss?
Yeah, I want to go over your security plans for Washington before we leave. You and your team ready to go, Megan?
Almost, David. We're just rechecking data.
Well, make it snappy. We have to actually be in Washington before you can dazzle all those federally appointed know-it-alls.
I hate it when he does that. Come on, I'll walk you part way. David's waiting, Adam. We shouldn't keep him.
Oh, why does it have to be a video guide? I missed the collectibles though. Ed Kroger. Not today. I have notifications on. It just don't have it when it's a one viewer host because trolling.
And I thought women were the ones.
You redeemed the thing. Well, maybe you should have redeemed it when it applies.
David's waiting at him. We shouldn't keep him.
Side quest I missed. Another side quest I missed.
Come on, slowpoke. Please, Adam. I'm nervous enough.
Okay.
And I thought women.
Right at the start of the game, you're inside a small room and you have to talk to Dr. Reed in order to continue the game. Before talking to her, look around and examine the following 6 items in any order. E-book on the sofa to the left.
Patient X.
That's nothing, Adam. Just some of the research. Look, we really have to go.
Newspaper on the desk in the middle.
David's waiting at him. We shouldn't keep him. Are you coming?
In a second.
The photo next to the PC.
Wow, how long ago was this taken?
In grad school. Before I met you.
Back when you were hobnobbing with the rich and famous, I see. I wonder if Mr. Darrow remembers you.
God, I hope not.
Read the emails on the PC.
You know, you really should get in the habit of locking your computer, Meg.
I know. Frank had told me about it too. Hey, stop reading my email. On.
The book on the desk to the right of the chair.
Be careful with that. It's a first edition. David bought it for me.
Small toy car to the right of the previous book.
You still have this.
It was a gift from our first date.
It was a spur-of-the-moment purchase. A joke.
Well, it worked because I forgave you for picking me up in one of those.
Alright?
Please, Adam. I'm nervous enough. And I thought women were the ones who kept men waiting.
Oh, I don't remember this mission. Okay, this is the DLC stuff.
Please, Adam. I'm nervous enough.
Okay.
And I thought women were the ones who kept men waiting.
Don't be sexist.
Warning. This lab is for authorized personnel only.
What did you mean back there, Meg? About how-
Suicide Squad.
Nothing. It's just my nerves talking.
There's something I should know about this place, about Sarah.
Megan,
Hold on.
we're still getting biochemical fluctuations across the artificial flow cells.
Okay. But the increased neuropeptides coming from the PDOT cluster could be throwing off your calibration.
Right. I'll double check that.
I can't believe you were asking about David. You've been here long enough to know of Eric. You wouldn't be avoiding me, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Reed. I think I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after splicing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had a better cytometer...
We might get a more accurate reading using faster theory. I'll ask David to consider it.
Well, if he orders one from Page Industries, maybe they'll throw in another cappuccino maker.
You overthink everything, Adam. The work we're doing is good. We're helping people overcome their physical limitations.
Yeah, except most of our clients seem to be DOD.
It's not all military. We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
Damn it! Watch it, Eddie. Those boxes are worth more than your salary.
Sorry.
Nia, you almost ready?
For Washington? Huh.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes, thanks to Vasily, actually.
As I was saying, sir, the Typhoon uses a modified combat chassis like the one I'm wearing. But I've improved its design using shaped microcharges to propel the steel balls.
And the backblast problem?
Solved through kinetic bleeders in the augment. Here, watch. Go ahead.
Impressive. How soon till it's ready?
I'm afraid I have to run, but Vasily has all the details, General.
Of course.
We still have some work to do.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Yeah, he is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Last movies I watched, I'm still on my old movie romp. I watched Adam's Family Values, and The Descent.
I forgot to leave her a key so she can walk Kubrick. He's gotten big, you know. Keeps knocking over all my plants.
Did you destroy that vase yet?
I moved it. And I fenced in the yard. Like you always said you were going to.
Yeah, never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam,
Hey, Adam's Family is great.
there's something
The Descent? Not so much.
Richard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry. See you at the helipad, Adam.
Sure.
Did I interrupt something, Jensen?
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. Want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot. Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
No Beetlejuice. It's not.
You'd be surprised. Sarah has to see you too.
Athena.
She wants me to show her how to track our scientist-implanted locator devices, in case your security plans in Washington don't measure up.
They will.
Gentlemen,
But those characters are just so fun.
This is the newest in encrypted GPL trackers.
Can I skip this? I can. No.
What it takes. I want you, Darrow, in Washington, by my side.
Man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there. Big day for us tomorrow. Everything in place?
Yes, sir. Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good, good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
All she has to do is show him her research. Explain it to you.
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you, Darrow, ever did.
Environmental malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find. Athena, get someone to shut off the damn racket.
Yes, sir.
Pritchard, where's Megan? She report in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
Before...
Do I only have a lethal option here? Maybe there are no enemies. I don't remember. Smokey and the Bandit. I don't think so. Unless that has a really different name in Portuguese, which probably does.
Go! Double time!
Oh boy. I don't have a takedown option. I only have a lethal gun. Stealth mode indeed. I'm not supposed to get found anyway. Should I watch Smokey and the Bandits? The good and the evil. That's that translation. That's what that translation means. I don't think I've seen that though. Pretty good Burt Reynolds movie, one of his many driving movies. I don't think I've seen a movie with him. Well, not as the main character. Let me check something. Okay, I don't have to worry about being stealthy here. Smokey and the Bandit. Alright, I'll give it a shot. 7.0. is good for a shot. Alright, he was in Deliverance. Oh no, now I don't want to watch it.
CT probe shows the bullet caused severe hematoma. We need to repair that artery.
My God, this thing was glass. Come on in. Stay with us.
I actually didn't. I should leave this game on the start screen for a bit. This game had one of the best, probably my favorite, cinematic trailer ever. Which I think is amazingly useless to do a cinematic trailer. But at least put it in the game. Otherwise, it really is just a waste of work and time.
Haven't you lost enough people today?
Shame Square let this franchise die. Yeah. Do you remember that trailer? That was so good. It made you immediately want to play whatever that game was, even if it was nothing like the game.
Give me the telecom package.
It really was amazing.
Adam, it's David. You in the building?
Just enter the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Flank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
Nice.
James Osterberg, please report to the Central Testing Center. James Osterberg to the Central...
My God. Mr. Jensen. I didn't think you'd... Wow. I guess you hear about the break-in. Did you need directions or something?
It hasn't been that long, Cindy. I may not look the same, but my memory's pretty intact.
Oh, I didn't mean... I mean, of course, your memory's fine, sir. It's just that, well, things have been switched around a lot ever since the... Well,
Ever since the first attack?
Yes, sir. The lab floors were pretty much demolished. We're rebuilding them, but most of our researchers are working off-site now. Everyone else has been shuffled around, so if you need help finding someone...
Where's the tech lab?
It's not really a lab, sir. It's more of an office with a lot of computer equipment shoved in it. Mr. Pritchard complains about it all the time. Go up the stairs behind me and take a right. You'll find it near the end of the hall.
You said everyone's been moved around?
Almost everyone. Who were you looking for?
Has my office been moved?
No, sir. You still have that great view of the lobby. Mr. Pritchard wanted it, but Mrs. Margulis put a stop to that. Up 2 floors and make a right.
I need to get to Seraph's office.
Oh, he and Mrs. Margulis are still in the penthouse. You can use the elevator at the left wing of the building to get there.
Thanks.
That's what I'm here for. Anything else, sir?
Where's the tech lab?
It's not really a lab, sir. It's more of an office with a lot of computer equipment shoved in it. Mr. Pritchard complains about it all the time. Go up the stairs behind me and take a right. You'll find it near the end of the hall.
Oh, okay.
I'll find my way.
If you say so. It's good to have you back, sir.
Andrew Van Wessel, please report.
Why is David keeping the SWAT team invited?
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might be. Looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that comment. We're done here.
Pacifist. Pacifists run. They've embraced the pacifist way of life. No more being a monster killer.
Where are you, Adam? You don't have time to mess around. Get to the helipad, or something seriously bad is gonna happen.
Is that a threat?
All the contracts we lost because of the last attack and the Washington hearing.
Welcome back, Jensen. Didn't think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik. Duty calls.
Don't I know it? I was in my wingsuit halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you? 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
Only one way to find out.
Roger that. The boss is already on board, arguing with the DPD's tactical response team. They've got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Sarif wants you to go in first. You all set here? Because the sooner we take off, the better it will be for everyone.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
I told Farida to put us down on a roof. I don't want the crowd seeing you go in.
Fine. As long as she pulls you out the minute I'm gone. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
Pro-human purists, or so they say. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country.
You buy that?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence they hit us today, only hours after we moved the Typhoon in for assembly line factory.
The Typhoon? Megan's team was testing it the day that bastard... Who's on point for these guys?
Adam, I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders. That's him, there. He's an augmented Adam, so he can't be one of the mercs who attacked us, but he did know exactly how to get inside our plant.
All right, so how do you want me to handle this?
First priority is the Typhoon. I'm keeping SWAT out until you've secured it. As far as rules of engagement go, I'll defer to you. Lethal or non-lethal?
I'm not looking to start a firefight in there, just neutralize them.
Okay, but just make sure those bastards don't wake up and warn their friends. You remember what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways, but the labs themselves are pretty open, high ceilings. So, do you want something you can use from a distance, or up close?
Give me something with distance. If I get too close, I'll take them out personally.
Just try not to break anything expensive. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs, but Pritchard will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for hostages. Free them if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the Alphabet agencies, and if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
Alright, I gotta be on top of these side quests. That's why I'm reading all this stuff. Ooh, 9 tranquilizer darts. I watched it.
Jensen, it's me, Pritchard. Where are you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. The hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
Well, this is silence from the start. That's good.
Getting too close.
I can see the tranquilizer dart on his head. Stun gun darts. I don't have a stun gun.
Pritchard, I'm in. The door worked just fine.
I'm happy for you. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
I should still have a lethal option for bots and turrets, right?
Zeke said there'd be something in here. How am I supposed to know what I'm looking for?
This place, I dare you. We've got a little surprise for you in here. You reporters make sure you get all of this. Tell the world. When you see what we find in here, then you'll know. You'll all finally listen.
Did I miss?
Must have been shadows.
Fucking blue boys, go ahead. Just try something.
No, I didn't miss now. Being a fucking ninja is why I'm here. I said I was gonna play it differently. Oof. Should not have stood up. My lower back strength is enormous. I don't need to stand up.
Pritchard, I'm in. The door worked just fine.
Wait, what?
The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an
It's saved here?
lab that will take you to it.
Got it.
This is my last autosave? God damn it, game. was on me. Didn't throw an arrow, say save spam. Yeah, but during the first playthrough, I never felt the need for that.
The door worked just fine.
I'm happy for you. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
I mean, I don't see it as laziness. I see it as trying to not cheat as much.
When you see what we find in here, then you'll know. You'll all come and listen.
And yeah, I should take the pistol. Those tanks and turrets are probably going to be a handful on this mode.
What for? Popos ain't coming in here. Not while we's holding all the cards.
No shit. You see Zeke when that hand deliver sneaked us? Never see no one twitch that fast. You gotta get us out of this.
Not if those popos catch us blazing. So split up.
I don't want them to find each other, so I'd rather take them all out. Do you have any? You did have stuff. A concussion grenade is non-lethal, right?
Jensen, I just tried to unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't working. Someone's changed the protocols.
What? Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it. But until I find this particular breach and fix it, you'll have to hack the door manually. Pritchard out.
Access granted.
Alright. Now we're starting with the rooms with lots of guys.
Jesus Christ, you killed him, man. He asked for it. Kept calling me a big one. No way, no way. I am not forgiven for this. Hate to tell you this, Trev, but once that bomb goes off, this guy won't be the last skinner in here who buys it. Shut up, J-Ro. Trevor, you gotta calm down. Help me find something to cover him up with. I'm telling you, man, these Hansa lovers deserve what's coming to them.
Not exactly what I was looking for. This room.
Who is it? You gonna stay out there, asshole? You here. You better come out.
Well, hope it was as fun for you as it was for me. Now you guys can sleep together like you always wanted. My son, you're alive. Somewhat alive. How are you, Trump? Reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. 5G connection coming in strong. Streams already coming in at 8K 60. Well, you gotta improve something. It's not the quality of the streamer, it's the quality of the image. How are you feeling? I still am a little feverish, but other than that, I'm good enough. I think.
After guard.
Could be worse. That sounds fairly normal. Yeah, I still have aches on my arm. And yesterday I had a higher fever and like all of my right side ached a little, especially my fingertips and my toes. Also headaches, but that was probably the fever, so. Must be the 5G nerve endings growing in. Yeah, probably. How are you, though?
Coming in here to dig up shit is one thing.
How was the David free vacation? So you're murdering a man called Blood as I came into the channel, so at least I know you're still the real David? What? Did I murder someone? This is...
Who's over there?
Oh, shit. Well, now we'll never know. I blame you for this, Tro. He's asleep! Well, now they're dead. Throw messed up the no kill run and no ghosts. Yeah, no detections, no kills. Throw came in, just yeah, you killed someone. Thanks, Throw. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, you killed him.
Oh. This is the last save? The last autosave is my save? How does that work? Oh. Oh. Same place, but not the same save.
What was that?
Jesus Christ, you killed him, man.
He asked for it. Kept calling me a bigot.
No way, no way. I am not going to prison for this.
If you're here, you better come out. But once that bomb goes off, this guy won't be the last skinner in here who buys it.
Shut up, J-Ro. Trevor, you gotta calm down. Help me find something to cover him up with.
I'm telling
Must
you,
have
man,
imagined it.
These hands of lovers deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, Throw, this is the opposite of last playthrough. Let's see about that. It has to be. It's either the opposite of last playthrough or it's not happening because there's no point.
Who is it? You gonna stay out there, asshole?
Come check it out.
Yo, if you're here, you better come out. Son of a bitch! We need help here!
Oh, damn it. He saw the body.
Hey, hey, get up! What the fuck's that? I see you, bro.
Damn it. Last time he didn't call out. But of course Throw messed that up. In stealthing, one usually does not cling together metal objects. But do you? That's not what happened. That's not the problem. They were already checking up on me after he called them when I cluttered the objects.
Help me find something to cover him up with.
I'm telling you, man, these hands of lovers deserve what's coming to them.
If you mean the door, it was on purpose. If you mean this. This is just so he comes here and I have one less guy to deal with.
You're here. You better come out.
Not that. You meant this, right? They were already coming to check. See? Wasn't a problem now. Alright, I need to read this. Stun enemies for a few seconds. I was wondering if it was lethal or not. Yeah, they were already coming. Because he called to them. So the banging, the clanging was not the problem. The guy calling them was the problem. Let me save here. It was just why are guys always coming around here? They know they can't approach me from the front. Does only one energy bar respawns? Shit. I can't stretch yet. Fuck. Oh boy, they're so close together.
You see that? See anything? one here, man.
Melty knows what's important. It's the Holy Grail.
Do not use the door.
Do not use the door. I know. I just never figured out the other way in.
You activated the bomb. Just stand there. Where's the bomb squad? Do something.
I'm the bomb squad now. I mean, what?
Where's the bomb squad? Do something. Save us! Hurry! Get us out of here! Where's
Pritchard, good word to Seraph. I found the hostages.
And?
Bastards used gas. Poison gas with a time-delayed release.
My God.
I know. Sanders has a lot to answer for.
It's okay. I'm immune to the gas. Don't worry about it. I realized that there was a tunnel here. The Forgotten City. I don't think I've heard of it.
Do not use the door. Don't kill us. Please, let us go. Please, help. Have mercy. Help! They're gonna kill us. Trigger the bomb.
It was a mod? Didn't know about it until I saw it on PSN. Started out years ago as Skyrim mod, but it's been rebuilt. Apparently incredible writing. Won several awards for story. It's no melty blood.
Please, let us go.
Automated dispersal device armed.
Hurry. Just stand there. Save us. Hurry! Where's the bomb squad?
Access granted. Automated dispersal device deactivated. Countdown terminated. Have a nice day.
Pritchard, get word to Sarif. I found the hostages.
I'm relaying good news, I hope.
They're safe, and they're staying put. SWAT will have to exfil them as soon as I've got the prototype.
I'll tell Sarif, but don't take too long.
Listen up. I need you all to stay calm, keep your voices down, and wait here for SWAT. The plant's not clear yet.
Not clear, but those terrorists, they've got my wife.
Your wife?
She's the manager here. Josie Thorpe. They said they needed her to open the administration building. They were looking for evidence of some kind. Please, I haven't seen her since. You have to find her.
I'll do my best. But right now, I need you all to stay here and wait for the police. Can you do that?
Yes, of course. But please, hurry.
You said they were looking for evidence? What kind of evidence?
I don't know. They're purists. They think the body is sacred and shouldn't be tampered with. They probably want something that will implicate us in moral wrongdoings.
Did they know about the typhoon?
It's a top secret contract. How could they? And we only moved it in a few hours ago. Please, I don't think they expected anyone would be working today. And now that they're backed into a corner, you have to find my wife, please. I think she may be in the administration offices. They needed Josie to unlock them.
That was too close. They were going to kill us with poison gas. What kind of people are we dealing with?
Thank God you showed up. I don't think they were gonna let us go.
What took you so long? Where are the cops, for Christ's sake?
You've got to find their leader. He's the key to all of this. You should have heard him whip them up into a frenzy. It was scary.
Is it over? Thank you, God, it's over. I said I'd give up drinking if you got us out of this. I guess now I've got to follow through.
Goddamn crazy fanatics. How'd they even get in here? No alarms went off or anything?
I know you don't want us running around the place until everything is secured, so why don't you go ahead and do that so we can get out of here?
Oh, the DC Cinematic Universe. They don't. It's the DC Extended Universe, I think, right? Did I miss? Wow, the camera saw him all the way over yonder. Can't even start shooting. Because they're not reloaded, I guess. It's going to see him. That was too close. That damn camera. I guess I don't need to shoot him. That's not what I wanted to do. Damn, this effect is so much stronger now. Where's the book? Oh, I see.
Access granted.
What's he looking for? Proof that these fuckers are lying to us, I guess. Just like Zeke said.
I hope Zeke knows what he's doing.
Me too, man. Me too.
Wait, I can't open this? Not to worry, Stealth Master David is on the case. Wait, did that count as detection? I don't think so. Famous last words. No one was alerted. I think the objective is to not alert guards. Not sound alerts, I mean. Okay, the first collectible is right here. Alright, Mr. Turret. Enjoy your stay over there. Alright, that was what I needed. You asked Mr. Turret for consent? I did not.
Access grant.
By the way, I know I'm an awful person, but I laughed when I saw that there was a toxic work culture filled with microaggressions at Fulbright Studios. Exactly. Yeah. I saw this comment on IGN that was like, in other words, in other news, the people who make walking simulators are exactly what you'd expect. I left. Yeah, Steve Gaynor stepped down from leading the team. He's only writing now. What were the accusations? Toxic work culture filled with microaggressions. It was his studio, yes. So nothing actually specific? I don't think so. I was busy laughing.
Step away from the console. Now!
Help me!
Son of a bitch! Pritchard, you still there?
Where else would I be?
Patch me to Seraph, now.
Adam, it's David. You got the Typhoon?
Yeah, but you were right about there being something more behind this. Because I've also got a dead purist in here with some pretty interesting cerebral implants.
Don't touch him. We'll need an expert to recover his neural hub, in case it's booby-trapped.
Copy that. What about Sanders?
SWAT's pressuring me to let them off the leash. Find them before they do, and deal with them.
But this was actually like a lot of people coming out against him, I think. The accusations don't involve sexual harassment or explicit sexism. The former employees explained the studio's toxic culture hid behind a veneer of inclusivity as women were allegedly repeatedly broken down by microaggressions and no longer have the energy for this world. I'm telling you, that's exactly the quote. And then someone was commenting, in other words, the people who make walking simulators are exactly what you'd expect. I laughed because it doesn't involve sexual harassment or sexism. Then what is it? What is the problem here? You can just... I find it amazing. You can just ruin people for nothing. Polygon source described working for Gaynor as like working for a high school mean girl. Oh no. Imagine the boss isn't your friend. The game industry should have to be approved by this chat. Microtransactions are the worst. They are. The accusation is that he was a mean girl. I mean, probably a mean guy, because he was mean to girls. Microaggressions are a made-up thing just to get sympathy. What's a microaggression? Like, what you consider a microaggression, someone thinks is a joke. But not like a mean joke. Just the fact you have to ask is a microaggression, I guess. Getting pretty triggered by this microaggression talk. Seriously though, maybe the boss is snarky. Maybe he's not like super friendly. He's your boss. Bosses aren't supposed to be super friendly, those are the ones who don't last. The boss isn't supposed to be your friend. He can be if he wants to be. He just needs to get the job done. If he's not being disrespectful, then what is the problem? He could, exactly. Imagine being a mod for someone like that. Yeah. I wish I could say I found it horrifying and surprising. But I only laughed at the thing. Boss could be running a cult that kicks people out for disagreeing with them. Indeed. But the cult approves of Steve Gaynor, though.
Yo, if you're here, you better come out.
It was actually quite a lot of people.
No one's here.
Well, it was 7 or 12 or something. Which is, I know is a big difference, but... Forgive me for not having my numbers right. Huh. Scholar. But not of the first sin. Who said an employee sue me for something they said? Apparently, in our fervor to bubble wrap the world, we've forgotten that disgruntled employees, drama queens, and liars exist. Plenty of shitty bosses and shitty companies out there. Not helping the cause when your accusation is a reference to hit movie global phenomenon Mean Girls. True. They sued you for something they said? Can you elaborate on this? Seems too good to ignore. Americans are too litigious. Is your lawyer throw? I suggest you remain silent.
Don't lie to me. I don't want to hurt you. You're a civilian. But I will if you don't give me a choice.
If you didn't want to hurt anyone, you should have stayed home tonight.
Oh, look. Seraph's attack dog. You're here to clean up before the police bust in? He thinks we're breaking the law. Shut up! All you body polluters break laws. You're all the same.
You're gonna have a hard time convincing people you're any different once they hear you had an AUG on your team.
What?
I found your attack dog in the factoring labs, trying to cut through security with his implanted hackware.
Nice try, Cholo. But I would never let one of you freaks on my crew. Back off, Hector. I got business to take care of, understand? If what you say is true, and I'm not saying it is, but I gotta check things out. So me and la vieja, we're leaving.
You know I can't let you go with her.
Stand down, Hanser. I told you, stand down or this bitch is dead.
Bullshit. You're bigger than that. You don't kill civilians.
Damn right. I'm a decorated vet, and I won't be jerked around. I need to find out who's behind this, and right now the boss lady's my only ticket out.
Listen to me. Whatever's going on, it's big. You've got a better chance of getting to the bottom of it if you work with me. But I can't do a thing until you let her go.
Are you stupid? I don't work with AUGs. God, you must think I'm some kind of moron. And who can blame you? Because it's exactly what it must look like to everyone right now. Trapped in here by the cops, and my only option is to take a hostage. How screwed up is that?
You're doing better than you think. You're still standing, and that's more than the hacker was expecting. You said you're a vet, so I know you've got the balls to handle this. You don't need the civilian to get you out of here.
You got a good point there. But still, I know you're kind. I saw it a million times in the Gulf. The only thing augmented goons like you care about is gaining the advantage. Just like the cops out there. I'd have to be stupid to do anything you tell me to.
Holding a civilian doesn't get you respect. It barely gets you noticed. The hostage is my only priority, and that goes double for the cops out there. Trust me, nobody gives a damn about some coward who hides behind a skirt.
I ain't like that. Cool down, will ya? You know what? We're done talking. The puto who tricked my brother thought he had us beat, but we are so much tougher than he counted on. I'm gonna go find him and anybody else who helped him. And when I do, they're gonna see the Angel of Vengeance in action, baby.
Listen, the hacker's plan was for you to die. He knew there would be civilians here tonight. He thought of everything. He used your brother because he knew you would trust him. That's how well he knows you. He expected you to take a hostage, just like he knew the cops would kill you for it.
You're right. Damn! You know, he even asked me once about hostages. I told him I would if I had to. I thought I had to here, but I can't afford to, can I? Go on, get out of here. You're free to go. I did what you wanted, so let me go. I got Blade here too, I see.
I've got as much interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, cabron.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this, someone's gonna pay.
He made a joke at some point.
Adam, what's happening?
That people their own demographic facing challenges. Months later, they were let go for unrelated reasons. They sued, claiming I said the thing created a discriminatory environment. So yeah, all victims aren't victims. Yeah.
What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe.
That's awesome, though.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet Farida on it.
Copy. Jensen out.
Sorry.
Access grant.
And then, I don't know how it works, but it's all hearsay, right? How do you prove something was said or wasn't said?
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just a little shaken up, but what about the other hostages? My husband was with them in one of the assembly labs, and I overheard talk about a bomb.
Don't worry, they're safe.
Oh, thank God. When those men surprised us. Mr. Jensen, they should not have been able to get in. With the typhoon being moved in and all, I double-checked the protocols myself.
Yeah, I expect Pritchard's doing the same thing right now. Stay here. DPD will want to question you. But you and your husband should be reunited soon.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen. You're a hero.
I really am.
I can't believe they made us wait out here while the leader of these assholes got away. Who knows what else? Sorry,
Other victims are victims. Other victims are disgruntled or angry or scared or an opportunist or whatever you want to call it. They're looking for a payday. Yeah.
You'll have to wait until the building is secure.
My wife, is she all right?
She's fine. A little shaken up, though. Swab will need to debrief her, but you'll see her soon.
I don't know what to say. I think I've given up on her. You're a true hero, man. I'll find some way to repay this, I swear.
There's no need for that. I was just doing my job.
Did someone just sneeze?
I didn't recognize you before, but I know who you are, Mr. Jensen. And I know you weren't supposed to be back at work yet. Thank God you are. I'll be in touch. Count on it.
Alright, I missed that quest from this guy because I didn't save him.
Seriously, I can't thank you enough.
Who sneezed? Some guard here? But yeah, I don't even know how you begin to dispute a case like this. Like, where is... Short of recording a conversation, where is proof anything has ever happened?
You made a lot of people happy tonight, Jensen. And not just the men in suits.
It's what they pay me for.
No. They pay you to put corporate interests ahead of people. You found a way to satisfy everyone. Guess Dr. Reed was telling the truth about you.
Megan? What are you talking about, Malik?
Before you were hired, she said the papers were lying about Mexican Town. That you weren't fired from the force. You quit when you realized Protect and Serve had become Protect and Serve the corporate interest. Nice to see she was right. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, get me out of here, Malik.
Your wish is my command. Climb in.
Oh, I will. I will climb in. I believe Sir Predict Durst said it best. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Fred was right. I don't believe he's a sir, though. He absolutely is a sir and a knight. Yes. All the members of Limp Bizkit
The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that.
were knighted by the
No
Queen.
problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like you haven't missed a beat at all.
Thanks.
So, how's it feel? Being augmented?
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
You're right. I didn't choose to get augmented. And I still don't know if I would have if given the choice. But today felt good. Surprisingly good.
Dr. Reed said you'd take to them. Said it was in your genes. Just be careful, okay? A lot of people think there's a reason the human body rejects this technology over time.
I didn't peg you for the type who gets caught up in metaphysical debates, Malik.
I'm not. I told you myself I've got neuro enhancements. I'm just saying the choices we do get to make inevitably have consequences.
Yeah. Tell that to the bastard who did this to me.
I hear you. And you know what? You're not the only person in this place who wants to find him. So if I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew it had hit us,
They were gone.
whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
We're burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Seraph is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
Oh.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Seraph is not pleased.
I'm gonna find him, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right. See you later then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Give me a second here, guys. I might have something nice. Your favorite wrestler? I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Oh shit. All right, guys. Who wants a code for the Back for Blood beta? I can invite 3 people. I have a code for myself and 3 others. What system? PlayStation, I think. Actually, you can pick, I believe. But I'm on PlayStation. Switch or I'm out. Seriously though, do you guys want this? We could play tomorrow. It's Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is great.
I think it's disgusting how
We have 4 days. I'm not gonna say no. Now David is Saint this playthrough. I am. Pacifist Saint. I would play tomorrow. I have a court Kate already on the docket. Alright. You bang that court Kate. What is that? Alright, Arrogance, I'm sending you the first. On Discord. Who else wants it? No phone number. Use the one Echo gave you. Wants what? The Back for Blood beta. We'll take one. Alright. Echo gets one. And Cyan wants the last one. There we go. Alright, guys. We're playing this tomorrow. So don't you bail. Don't you dare bail. Hell yeah, I'm gonna play it tonight. Well, that's up to you. I mean, on stream tomorrow. Wait, did I redeem my code? I did. Oh no. No, it's different. It's they get links, I have a code. Cool stuff though. That's pretty hype.
I don't buy for a second he was with Purity first.
I'm very curious about the game.
Access grant.
I'm following the guide for these right now. Please refrain from hype. Look what it did to Tim Geddes. I doubt that's what ruined him. It was probably the childhood delinquency. My long con for a Back for Blood beta code is complete. All you can get fucked out. Well, enjoy. Put in 5 years for a free code. Not even for the actual game.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
What? I didn't shoot anyone. You're not calling me Mahatma Gandhi?
Just leave, Jensen. I'm very busy.
Can't be Gandhi if I shoot people. How did you get the bike in there? Probably built it. Yeah, it's a reverse strike from Death Stranding. Alright, I don't know. I'm a little hot and my arm hurts, but I think I will take a break, not finish. Because I've been absent for 2 days, so... I'll be right back. Thank you for the code, you're welcome. Hey, someone said thank you. What is this? You're welcome, Echo. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Thank you for not giving me one. You didn't ask for it. Also, you always say you never play betas. Yeah. I'll go take a break. I won't be long. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I need to install it too after the stream, otherwise I'll forget.
Access granted.
I don't really get why some books are collectibles and others are not. Wait, that counts as a failed attempt? Claim the free shit for the month. Oh, I haven't even looked at it yet. Seriously though, it's pretty cool that they not only gave me a code, but you guys get one too. Or then I get 3 extra to give out. He's nice. Alright, Hunter's Arena Legends. Oh my god. We're gonna have so much fun playing that. Actually, Tennis World Tour 2 doesn't show up as free. Oh, there it is. Complete Edition isn't free. but it's the default option on the store. Super good, not pay to win at all, except the locked characters you pay for that are really good. At least Plants vs. Zombies games sound like an easy, albeit time-consuming plot. Time-consuming seems like a no to me. If it's not fun, fuck it.
Access granted.
130 hours. Holy shit.
Start talking. Calm down. There's no point worrying until we know more. I don't know if she was there. I don't know if she was working tonight. I'll call when I know something.
That's a big no for me. I didn't eat, but I am quite hungry. Should have eaten on the break.
Access granted.
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
That's me. Getting things done. Not murdering anyone.
I hear you cleared up the situation at the plant, Adam. Nice job.
Hey, people are happy with what I did this time.
Jensen, didn't think I'd see you back here. I guess I couldn't find anyone competent.
Resisting his murderous rage. Usually I do a good playthrough and then a bad playthrough. I just did it opposite this time.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him at Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
I'm hoping it'll pay off for us later. Sanders was furious when he found out his hacker was augmented. He's not gonna rest till he finds out who set him up.
Oh, and you're naive enough to think he'll share the information when he gets it. I thought you were ready for this, Adam.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
Boss, what you're asking me to do, it's not exactly legal.
No, it isn't. You got a problem with that?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Look, Adam. You know the police never fully investigated that first attack, don't you?
Yes, but...
But nothing. We lost a lot of good people, top people. And I'm beginning to think Detroit PD doesn't give a damn. Someone is pulling strings to keep us in the dark.
And in your world, the ends justify the means.
My world is your world, Adam. And if getting that neural hub illegally will show us who's behind these attacks, and maybe even help us go after them, yeah, you're damn right it does. So get going.
Even reaching out for the water bottle, my arm hurts. Oh well.
That hacker's not going to be sitting still for long. Get over to the station and find a way inside.
At least I got a vaccine that's only one dose. I'm very, very happy about that. One dose for now. Well, I don't know if I want to do it again. If it becomes like the flu shot, I'm out. I don't take the flu shot. Booba. Yeah, it's likely. I don't think you're wrong, Echo. Just... my tolerance for any of it is limited. Yeah, probably.
Adam Jensen, please report to your office. Adam Jensen? Access grant.
I was quite careful, but still. I don't even know a lot of people who were infected. Just want the vaccine so I can feel safe with my grandmothers. Like, know that they are safe with me.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
All right. Tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Okay. So I think I can do all the side quests in Detroit except for the very last one.
Access granted.
And 6 or 2.
Access granted.
Oh, did I get another praxis kit? I want the guy to scold me about going into the woman's bathroom again.
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
Access granted.
Alright. Wasn't anything worthwhile on the ground floor, was there? The bathrooms again?
bad memories. I love working here, but it...
Mr. Jensen! Oh, everyone's talking about what a great job you did saving the hostages. You're a real hero, sir. Can I help you find something?
Thanks, I'll find my way.
Of course. Have a good evening, sir.
Hold down the fort, boss. Nothing new to report.
The objective screen details your...
Damn, I'm starving. I guess I'm not staying for that much longer. My arm hurts and I am pretty hungry.
I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. But this is where you work. But to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I'm sorry. It's not proper of me to come here and stir up bad memories. Especially after what you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such dramatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed.
Need to start resting up for 14, yes.
Although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more.
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. You're not the same, Adam. And we've yet to see if it's for better or worse. But I know you loved Megan. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Is there a problem, sir?
No. Just, your friendly neighborhood, Adam Jensen.
anything you want to buy or sell, I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips. Be sure to tell all your friends. Just not the cops.
I need the stun gun. That's what I actually need. Alright.
I, for one, approve of these protests. These Lim people are drug pushers. Someone is getting rich while the rest of us are suffering.
I wouldn't know about those things. All I know is that this violence doesn't serve anyone.
Well, I guess the question now becomes, will the pro-human groups retaliate when Bill Taggart gets here?
He's that humanity front guy, right?
He's speaking at the convention center in a few days.
Ugh, that's gonna be a day from hell.
Why? Wait, what was this? I don't think I ever hacked this door.
Access denied.
Shit. Well then, I think I'm gonna head out, but not without killing someone first. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the last survey, and our return to Deus Ex. I guess we're playing Back 4 Blood tomorrow, so Deus Ex continues after that. Yeah, I'm sorry for cutting it a little short. Still not doing very good, so it is what it is. But yeah, 2 days away and it feels like a lifetime. Well, oh, there was a making of. Let's watch this. I haven't watched it, so I'll go away, but I'll play this. I'll watch it, and you guys can watch it if you want to. Have a good night, and thank you for hanging out.
I knew that IDOS has a very rich IP portfolio. I mean, their projects are just great. Their IPs are very rich. But Deus Ex 3, as the first launch title for our studio, is incredible.
If you want a great studio, you need great game. So, and to have a great team, you need a great game. So it's a whole, you know. So that's the decision we took at the beginning, you know. We want a strong studio, so we need strong franchise and we need strong people to work on them. So it's a huge challenge, but it's no choice. You need that.
I think I wouldn't have David Emphazy as a producer if it wasn't for Deus Ex 3. It was that simple. He, in his head, the equation was, if I'm able to be the producer of Deus Ex 3, I'm in, Stefan, whatever the risks.
We started in May 2007, and we were 2. It was 1 year and a half ago now. And we were 2. And now we are in pre-production, and the studio we are almost 155, and on Deus Ex we are 83.
We wanted to work only on AAA titles, only on the latest cutting-edge technology. But the 2 other points are really important for the development team. We wanted to work with reduced size development teams, we call them in Montreal, of 80 to 85 people. But in exchange, we give this development team a longer cycle of production of 24 months after the proof of concept. Because too many people here in Montreal especially were asked to develop a 36 months game in a 15-month period with 3 times the staff level of 200 people. And people don't like to work in those conditions. And IDOS Montreal really wanted to find a way to, a new approach, a human approach, to develop good games.
Stefan, how are you today?
Very good, thanks.
It's a big day for you today.
Very big day, indeed. Deus Ex is going in front of the Green Light Committee for its vertical slice meeting, so it's very important. Well, recently IDOS installed a new Green Light meeting process, and every quarter we have a group that represents finance, sales, marketing, production, and the different groups. And every quarter we review the top 2 projects in the pipeline. And this time it was Kane & Lynch 2 and Deus Ex. When the Brits or the French come to Montreal to see the possibility of invest, they come here and they don't feel strangers. They come here in Montreal, they see that we're in America, but we have a lot of values coming from Europe. And I think they know that investing in Montreal, they will have a company that will share the same values, but that this company will be working at a very fast pace of North America. And I think it's the best of both worlds.
Kind of nervous?
I'm confident.
confident?
Excited. No, it's going to work fine. It's going to work fine. I mean, there's always stress during these meetings, but when you have confidence in your team and in the content, things will move. You needed to have the senior brass having this emotional bond to the game, and I think we just got that. Yeah, it was silence in the room. Everybody was looking. The music was very well integrated. All the major features were well demonstrated. There's a lot of work to be done. Lots. But now I think people really believe into the project. They know where we're going at because Deus Ex is a complicated, complex game that can reach a lot of people. And if it's well made, well crafted, well assembled, it's gonna be sky's the limit. Real pleased. The team worked like crazy, and we're really happy. The pressure is there. The expectations are so high, but what a better way to launch a studio with this type of quality project. I think once we found our team of leads, I knew that we were in very good shape. These guys were passionate. They really wanted to have the Deus Ex 3 the best in the franchise. They knew exactly what to do, what not to do, and so my comfort level was starting to rise. But again, it's a long journey. It's 2 years or more of development. You never know how it's going to turn out. But the pressure is there, the fan base, the forums, even 8 years after the initial. The first one came in 2000, by the way. PC Game of the Year, nothing less. We knew what happened in 2003 with Invisible War. We knew what to do, not to do. And I think that the fan base is so active and passionate. They're very protective of their favorite game. I think we exchange on the forums, on the blogs. We are always listening to our fans. We want to do a game that will please them and that will bring new fans to the franchise. That is the biggest challenge for us.
If we have some pressure to create Deus Ex 3, yeah. Yeah, big time. But at the same time, it's a good pressure because we know that there's something to do there, a lot of things to explore and everything. And it's a great franchise to start with, so I'm really enthusiastic about that. But I know we must not fuck it up.
It's a huge challenge, but it's pretty exciting, and we're on the right track. So yeah, it's a good pressure.
The third game is going to actually be a prequel to the original game. So it's going to happen about 20 years earlier. So there's a bunch of things that have to tie in a way. We have a lot of freedom because we're dealing 20 years before the game, so we can create our own storyline, our own characters, our own universe in a way, but we still have to match and set up for the original game in the future. So there's a lot of themes that have to be apparent. There are some hints and intrigues that can suggest what's going to happen. And we try and look at it from that perspective to bring it all together.
The goal really was to take what people are used to see with cyberpunk and try to give it a new spin, and that's a bit where the Renaissance comes into play. Let's give it our own flavor, let's give it our own voice. Let's get away a bit from the kind of bluish kind of sci-fi look that all those movies have, and let's try to give it something unique, something a little warmer. And the fact that it's warmer kind of brings it closer again to this whole kind of Renaissance, kind of, humanity feeling type of thing.
So the first Deus Ex, the setting were in 2050, 52 exactly. The second one was 20 years after the first one, so in 2070. And we are 20 years before the first Deus Ex, so in 2020, 27.
Well, the good thing about doing the prequel is that if you haven't played the game before, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to suddenly become like, oh, what's going on? But in order to find, if you have played the game, I think that you're going to want to really explore all the areas in the game. You're going to look for those subtle hints that exist. You're going to read the emails. You're going to listen for those references to some characters that may not be central to our story, but were central to the sequels, or the originals, I guess.
My challenge for this game is to open it up and make it accessible to the casual gamer, while bringing along all the die-hard hardcore fans from the first one. By no means do I want to alienate those people. We can't remake Deus Ex 1, it just wouldn't fly by today's standards, but I think we can respect what was done. We can, as I said, often pay little tributes or homage to the first one, and I think the player will enjoy that. I think it's more the spirit of the game. If we respect the spirit of the game and the way it was done, I think people will be really happy with what we did.
Something that we noticed very early, like the first one is always at night. It's constantly with a black sky and everything, and we obviously said, you know, the game is not going to be, you know, at night all the time. That doesn't really make much sense. And that was part of a very strong feeling in the first one. But, you know, we're kind of changing that a little bit. But I think the feeling of Deus Ex is the fact that you're in cities most of the time, like in the city hubs and stuff like that. Then it's to kind of like get those very kind of expensive interior, you know, that you can explore, and like the corporate kind of, you know, technological, you know, kind of techno interiors, kind of looking places. I think it's really that, and then it's a bit kind of it's not only about the art, really, it's a lot about the sound, and you know, it was a very moody game, and I think like as long as we, you know, recreate this mood properly, it's gonna have a very good Deus Ex 1 feeling. But, you know, obviously with a few new twists.
The second one, Deus Ex Invisible War, we played it, you know, we analyzed it as we did for the first one, but is different, and so why we focus on the sequel, the Deus Ex 3, on the first one, just because we think that the first one has the pillars we want to use for Deus Ex 3.
We do our best to keep the core experience of the Deus Ex games with Deus Ex 3, so even the old die-hard fans should be able to feel home again. And you know what? We have to do the best we can for this one, and I think it's going to be a very strong product. And after that, if some die-hard fans say that we miss an aspect or another, we'll live with that. I'll just change name and change my face or something.
The teaser of Deus Ex 3 that was released in November 2007, there's a funny story behind that, because the proof of concept was approved by the UK, if I remember correctly, on October. And we wanted to announce, because everybody, all the media was, what's your first project? What's your first project? And we couldn't say anything before the proof of concept was validated. So in November 2007, we set the date for our press conference, our second press conference, and we decided that it would be stupid to come in front of the medias saying that, well, on paper, we have Deus Ex 3, thank you, goodbye. We needed to show something. But we were only 4 weeks from there. And how can you create a high-quality teaser in 4 weeks?
You know, sat down with my boys and, you know, what do you want to do? Kind of brainstorm a bit about the direction and thing. And then we said, let's have like this image blast, you know, that we called it, you know, all those images went really, really right. It was not even a second, and there's like 27 images, 27, 28. And it's just kind of put a bit of our theme, and it totally worked. Like they stuffed it one frame by frame, and they went way beyond everything anything we ever thought of, you know. So I think that was a really, really good hit, really good idea.
We had a lot of fun with that teaser. It was a real labor of love, and it was obviously our first step into the media, so it was quite challenging, and you really want to make sure you put your best foot forward. For us, for me anyway, I really liked the visuals that I had. It was a very interesting subject to work with, and I think I got lucky in taking a risky move by bringing the original theme into the end. For me, it was kind of my goal in doing that was to kind of put at ease the original fans who were, I know, obviously a bit nervous, saying, well, you know, this game's going to be redone, and we all know often sequels don't live up to the first one. So for me, it was a way to kind of give them a little pat on the back, saying, we're going to take good care of it. You know, we won't let you down.
And it hit a core, because I think 2 hours after the official release, game trailers picked it up, and I think within 24 hours, fans were starting dissecting the video clip, and the blogs just lit up like a Christmas tree.
we actually wrote a name on the little fetus and the little baby thing, which is not even from us. Is the 3D studio that worked, Digital Dimension, that did it for us. And I guess, you know, they were just having fun in the studio. Let's give it a name, and actually placed it on one of the little techno tags that's on it, which is Emil. And the fans went ballistic. They actually found that there's like this French sociologist from the 19th century called Emil, and it's like they linked it with the game, and it's actually used in the game, so the name type of thing. So we'll find a place for it.
Deus Ex as a genre itself falls into the cyberpunk category. Now, a lot of people don't recognize that genre of writing. They would more likely be familiar if you were to say it's like the Matrix. People understand that. Cyberpunk is the dark world in the near future. It's a dystopian universe where generally you have corporations that are more powerful than the governments. You have conspiracies going on, and all the hidden agendas.
I think cyberpunk is basically a very rapid grafting of technology over kind of an unsuspecting society, if you want. It's not, you know, I don't know if you look at Star Wars or whatever, it's like totally, you know, an entirely different vision of the future. Cyberpunk obviously is a very near future, and it's kind of like you need to see the contemporariness, that people need to be able to relate to what they're seeing. Like, you know, like the buildings kind of look like today, but it's kind of like as if it's this very like rapid creeping of all this new, you know, layering of technology and a bit in a kind of like chaotic way type of thing. So I think there's a big part of that.
There's a few things that I try to tie in. Is one is there's I think it's been talked a lot about is the cyber renaissance, in that it's got a very classical feel in a very modern environment. And I think in the music is trying to take those two and bring them together. In the first Deus Ex, I think as it was far more futuristic, it's a very electronic score. It's very synthetic, and it completely works. In this one, I think because it's 25 years earlier, it's a generation earlier, it's mechanical augmentation, it's not nano augmentation. So the music tries to kind of express that. So there's a lot more organic texture.
What it is that when we were researching, you know, what kind of cyberpunk we want to do and all that kind of stuff, and we dive into the subject of, you know, augmentations and kind of transforming biology and all that kind of stuff. At one point, we kind of like started seeing a big link between, you know, the Renaissance and a transhumanist era, which is, you know, basically cyberpunk, which is kind of augmenting the status of the human beings and stuff like that with technology. So if you look at I don't know, a mechanical arm and stuff like that, if you look at the sketches of Leonardo da Vinci and all that kind of stuff, you know, the anatomy studies, there's like a strong kind of, you know, visual link between the two. And also during the Renaissance, it was kind of like this whole new opening, this open-mindedness, you know, compared to the dark era of the medieval period, you know, towards kind of replacing kind of society within nature type of thing. Before that, it was all about religion and all that kind of stuff. And now it was more about, let's really start, you know, analyzing it and forget about all the religious taboos and that kind of stuff. And a transhumanist era is a bit also that. It's kind of like, you know, today we still have problems with cloning, stem cell research. Well, not problems, but I mean, you know, like some people are for it, some people are against it. So it's a bit as if transhumanism, it's the same thing. It's a bit letting go of that and really letting go of those taboos and trying to take control of our own evolution.
On this score, I wanted to approach it kind of how the story is that the story is very much about taking something that's organic, like the human body, and then augmenting it so it's better than it was originally. So I approach the score the same way. So any acoustic instruments I've had have to be electronically either created or manipulated. So most of the score is as virtual as possible. We're trying to do it so that every single instrument is done by me alone and virtually. So it was a weird approach, but I think it worked.
At Eidos Montreal, we have a very interesting structure here. I am actually the lead writer on the project, but my title is the narrative game designer. So in a sense, I am in the game design field rather than in the writing field. I think it's very important. It's a new position in the industry, a narrative game designer. And my role is to work side by side with the game designers to ensure that as I'm developing the storyline, it's suiting the needs of the game. So I'm familiar with what are the pillars of the gameplay that we're going for, what is the game experience that the game designers are trying to create, and I'm able to take that and create a story that works with it. One of the challenges of working in video games for a story writer is a story is a very linear experience, and you're very much used to building an experience that you are in total control of. You are guiding the viewer to feel what you want them to feel, etc. In a game, it's not a linear experience. The joy of a game is the freedom the player has to do whatever he wants, to be as unpredictable as he wants. And he might not want to follow your story. So one of the challenges, there's always that struggle between the game design and the story design, because the story may need you to experience this key event at this key moment, but you have no control whether the player will be there or not. My job working with the game designers is to really find out where they expect and what they're building for this, and find ways that the story can support it or go in different directions.
The player can play the game in various ways. He can mainly choose the combat approach, where it's all about using your guns, your offensive augmentation. You can also to play it a little bit more subtle by playing it in stealth mode. Also, you have augmentations that you can choose that will help you into being a better stealth agent. We have hacking as well that helps you to create new paths and unlock new alternatives, and also you'll have augmentations that will support that as well. And for social, you'll be able to interact with various cast of characters that you'll be able to try to convince them to do something for you, give you information, and again, will fuel some augmentations that will allow you to be better at convincing them. So those are the four important pillars, and what is really key to that is that we want the players to be able to play the game the way they want, and they can go back and forth through all those possibilities and tailor the experience to the way they feel it.
Mesdames et messieurs, bon matin. Esti, on s'est pratiqué hier là. Today it's a very important day for the production of the game Deus Ex 3. This is the alpha milestone. The alpha milestone, it's about 15 months of work for the team. And the alpha milestone is simply that we will be able to play to have a walkthrough. So we'll be able to play from the beginning to the end of the game, which is very important milestone for us, because from today we'll have 8 months to balance and tweak the mechanics of the game. And it's very important for this kind of game because it's a mix of different mechanics. This is a very specific recipe, the Deus Ex experience, and 8 months will be the time we'll need to balance and reach the quality we want for this game. Bon, ben sur ce, je vous souhaite une bonne journée. On est alpha. Trois ans de travail. 3 ans de travail. Vous vous rendez compte? C'est malade. Complètement malade. Donc là, il nous reste 4 mois pour la bêta. Si on est aussi rigoureux, puis aussi bien organisé qu'on l'est, puis motivé comme on l'est pour l'alpha, on va livrer notre bêta comme du monde. So it's a very critical milestone for us, and we reached it. So it's a very good news for us. Bien fraîche, s'il vous plaît. Bien fraîche. Ouais. Voilà, ça peut pas être plus fraîche que ça. Merci, Alex. Cheers.
Adam Jensen is the hero of the game. He's a private security specialist working at a biotech firm. He's in his late 30s, and he has a bit of a troubled past in that he was originally a member of the Detroit police force. He was one of the SWAT team members. And there's an incident in his past that he was in control of a SWAT situation. He was given a direct order which he did not agree with, and because he knew that it was wrong. He did not follow that order, and instead someone else did, and as he expected, the whole situation fell apart. He ended up being blamed, and he ended up quitting that job because of the politics and everything around. So we're starting with this hero who's got this background. He's kind of needing to prove himself to the world. He gets hired by this biotech company, and one of the very first things that happens to him is, while he is protecting the company, a group of Black Ops soldiers attack. And so from that point on, his quest is to go forward and discover who's done this and basically look for a redemption for himself. The casting for the game was a lot of fun. We originally took it from the standpoint of the first thing we have to start with is scripts. Just audition scripts that won't actually be in the game. In the writing of these scripts, it helped us to discover the characters themselves. Once we had the audition scripts, we went in and we worked with another company, Wave Generation, to bring in a bunch of actors. And it's a lot of fun to sit in an audition system and have actor after actor come in. A lot of times you find that they're nowhere near what you want. A lot of times you find, yes, that's the exact voice. And sometimes you'll get an actor to come in and perform the character in a way that you didn't expect. That makes you go, wait a second, that's the character that I want.
I never asked for this. If you want to make enemies, try and change something. The year is 2027. When I first got the role, I knew about Deus Ex, but I had never played it. And I went back and played it, and I was like, this is great. I can see why this is so popular, because I had no idea the popularity of it. And the second, and I didn't say anything, but somehow people found out I was playing the role. And it was just email after email after email. And I just couldn't answer them. I just wouldn't answer them because, you know, they wouldn't let me. But it started mounting, and the pressure started mounting, and I started thinking, man, I hope this is good. If I had known what it was before, not that I would have played it any differently, but I would have maybe, I don't know, maybe I would have bowed out or something, because I would have been terrified.
Breaking news. The riots continue in the streets of Detroit.
Eliza is the newscaster. She is a very hologram type character. She's, well, they say that she's emotionless, but she does have something for Adam. She does develop a kind of a warmth, and she has a soft spot for Adam.
He is badass. I love him. He's like as far as you can go being a bad guy, but still being a good guy. You know what I mean?
The choice of doing a character in third person and also in first person was actually to create a better connection between the player and his on-screen character. So when you only see him in first person, you create a connection actually with the gun. You see that the gun is the star of the show. But what we wanted to achieve is actually to have the player see his own character sometimes when he goes into cover, when he does takedowns, when he does cool stuff on the screen. We really wanted to showcase the main character, and this helps create a better connection with who you're playing. Who is this guy that you always see? You always see his end and his gun, but now you can actually see his face, see his reactions, see how he moves in the environment. So that was why we did that.
And with all his augmentation, it's really awesome to see mechanically how it's working. So in the first person, it's not the same thing. You can try to do a takedown in first person, but you will never have the feeling that you will have if you have the full body action and everything. So this is why well, it's to showcase, because we have awesome modelers, so we need to showcase.
We're not trying to go for photorealism. So because we're not trying to go for photorealism, it allows us to change your proportions and stuff like that. It's not I wouldn't say that they're caricatures. They're not like that, but obviously they're a simplified version, right, of the human bodies. One of the main reasons is actually, I do believe as an art director that by just replicating exactly the human proportions on screen, it often doesn't look all that good. The hands look really small. You know, you see them in cutscenes in games. The fingers look kind of broken and kind of flimsy and that kind of stuff. Sometimes, I think the eyes need to be bigger to see the emotion and have a wider range of animation, that kind of stuff. So we're really going into that. We're simplifying a lot of stuff. Like, we actually think that, getting all the pores in the skin is not necessarily what's important. Because if the textures look really, really realistic, but yet the animation is still a bit, like animations in games, as far as good as the animators are, there's limitations, and there's like a big clash between, it's like, oh my God, look at the skin, it looks so real, but yet it moves kind of like a robot, and we're trying to eliminate that by making them stylized a little. The shoulders are bigger, the head's a little smaller, the hands are bigger. They look like comic book characters basically, but I think done right.
My name is Will Rossellini. I'm the CEO of Microtransponder. We're a medical device company developing wireless devices to interface with the nervous system. The idea of the $6 Million Man to enhance human capabilities is certainly out there. Military has been more focused on helping soldiers get better. So for the DARPA project, the $6 Million Man, at last count, the arm cost $100 million. So they have a host of projects working with rehabilitating the warfighter, and it's in the orders of billions of dollars in treatment for other cognitive disorders like post-traumatic stress or anxiety or tinnitus, for example. The question is, well, what exactly does it mean to be human? Which is one of the really interesting sort of subplots to this Deus Ex game is, okay, what does that mean to be a human, and how does that interface with our way of dealing with the world outside of us?
It's a prequel. It happens before nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is in the game, like meaning they do stuff with it. They don't know how to implant it in the body yet, so it's going to be using objects and stuff like that, but not for augmentations. One of the early things that we said is that we don't want to go the kind of old school way of drawing cybernetics and stuff like that, kind of like the chromy metallic arms with wires coming out of the chest plugging into the head. Like it makes no sense at all. So I really didn't want to go for that. I wanted for something a little more subtle. The main thing was to actually generate a planned uncanniness, almost like a prosthetic. When you look at a prosthetic, it doesn't look natural, but yet it's skin colored, that kind of stuff, and it kind of looks weird. So we're kind of aiming for that a bit. So you might have a guy that has a flesh-colored arm, but it's thinner, that kind of stuff. It kind of bends in weird ways. Because obviously, if your arm is mechanical and is stronger, it doesn't necessarily need to be bigger. I mean, it's just mechanical anyway, right? So we're trying to get into that.
I was very disappointed in some movies, in part because they really just said we're going to take a robot and put some human parts to it, and that's fine, but they could have done a lot more work, and a lot of credit goes to the Deus Ex team. When I showed up day one, they'd already read 10 times more than I would have expected, and over the last 2 years, they've become experts in and of themselves. And I think that kind of dedication to being scientifically valid in the sense that, yeah, this could happen, makes it much more interesting because it is closer to what could actually occur. And some of these movies that just put a big piece of mechanical robotics up against some blood, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. You didn't think about it. And I think this team deserves a lot of credit for thinking through all those issues.
I really think that the augmentations, what they will be able to do with the main character, Adam Jensen, that will be just crazy. So, and I know that because we did a focus test, and it was just, a high-level prototype, and or videos, and they already say, okay, that's great.
The idea that the 7 degrees of freedom that we currently have with our arms is certainly limiting, and the way that the main character can manipulate, I'm not sure how many degrees of freedom the developers will actually program in, but we're talking on the orders of 20, 30 degrees of freedom. That creates a whole different way of doing karate, doing self-defense, and doing attack moves. That's really interesting. They did a great job with it. And so that's what I'm most excited to see, because I don't think any game has ever come close to delivering that type of gameplay.
It's really fun to have those augmentations, but at the same time, it's something that we have to find cool ways to use them, and it's a pretty good challenge, I think.
Yeah, we try a lot of stuff like Muay Thai, combat, capoeira. Oh yeah, and well, street kind of fighting stuff. But I think that we're going to the story-wise, he's an old Navy or a SWAT leader or something like that. So we decided to have something more military and like quick.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
It's not like you can just easily walk in a convenience store and just buy something, obviously, so it's not going to be extremely widespread, but it is there. We're going into extreme details, really, like for as far as the hero's concerned, and the bosses, like really into the mechanics, and you see the things open, and you really see how they work and how they behave, and I think that's, I'm not sure that's ever been seen in game, really, that kind of attention to detail to mechanical parts and how they move and transform.
It was a cool opportunity to actually get to, we're AI specialists, but then to get to work on a very special, boss battles are special moments. So 2 challenges, we had to take our tech and inject it into the DX3 engine. That was it. And then I think within DX3 itself is that, again, you're coming at it and you could be anybody, right? You could have this augmentation, this weapon. And so balancing all this stuff, you don't know a priori what the guy is coming into the game, and you want to give him a great experience. You know, you want to be true to the designer's vision, but you want to give the player a great experience. So the balancing, that was brutally hard.
The human Claymore basically is exactly that. It's you know, you take how Claymore functions, and it's incorporated into the hero. It's actually an augmentation that you can go out and buy. And it's something that you can use when you're surrounded by enemies, you know, kind of like a last resort type of thing, and you trigger it, and he's got all those little latches that open in his body, and he literally, like, you know, ejects thousands of metal beads, and he just goes into slow motion, and you see the enemies flying off in the air, and all that kind of stuff. Very, very cool effect.
I think people are dangerous. I mean, so technology is simply a tool, and I think that people are dangerous or not dangerous. And it'd be very difficult to, in fact, impossible to stop the flow of technology. You're going to get black market development regardless. So as an economist, first and foremost, I would argue that there's no need to stop any technology because the free market will take care of it. That said, there are controls in place that I think that we all could work on with clinical trials, with FDA, regulation of medical and drug products. That is an ongoing battle to make sure that there is a balance between aggressive development and marketing and safety of the patients.
We launched the trailer, the CGI trailer on the internet 1 week prior to the E3, and the response was quite absurd. We had, I think, 2.5 million views in 1 week, which is quite enormous. This really created a buzz, a momentum for the code demo that we have shown to the public. It was a labor of love of over 9-10 months, and was very intense. It was the first project that people from Visual Works, which is the studio of CGI of Square Enix, it was the first time they worked on something else than the portfolio, the traditional portfolio of Square Enix. So we had, I think, the team of Final Fantasy working on this, and they completely understood what we wanted to do, and the quality standard has been totally awesome.
You'll never find them!
I'll never stop looking.
We worked 3 years before showing our work to the journalists and the public and everything, and we showed the demo to 600 journalists in 3 days, and the feedback is just great. So I'm very happy for the team.
And what I'm really happy about is the full reaction of all the territories. Not only the North American media, but the European media is completely gaga. And we have also, obviously, our friends from Japan that have really looked at it very seriously, and they want to do a big launch in Japan. So that's a great news. When people come out of the demo and the trailer, they say, when is the movie coming out? So now we have just a game to do. So that comment is very important for us, because this means people have emotionally bonded already to the game, and they want to see more of it, which is a great sign.
But this is where it ends.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We were supposed to take the E3 demo and to add a couple of things, the UI and some other things. But these guys are so they want to show the evolution to the media, to show the depth of the game. And I think David and his crew decided very late in the game to explore a new avenue for a new demo. And the demo that they chose really did hit the spot because
actually this demo was chosen roughly a month before Gamescom. and that's no joke. And the real story is that we were.
It is a joke.
It is a joke, but we did it anyway. But we were talking with the marketing guys, and they were saying, "Yeah, maybe something new. Do you think you could show something else?" And we were crazy enough to say, "Yeah, sure."
It's almost as if at E3 was like yeah, but it's almost as if this it looks like a great game, you know, it looks like a AAA and things are there, but the real Deus Ex answers were not fully answered yet. So it was like, yeah, okay, you guys are seems to be on a good way to make a great game, but Gamescom was really cool. We saw it was supposed to be a great game. Now we see it's a Deus Ex. You know, the multipath is there. All the promises have been answered.
Warren Spector was at the Gamescom. He was giving a conference at the GDC Europe, and David told me you should, you know, text him to invite him to a private session. So I said, yeah, good idea. So I did, as I do some at main events, but he doesn't answer. But sometimes he shows up. And to our big surprise, he comes through the Square Enix booth around in the middle of the afternoon saying, I would like to come and see it, because he never saw code. And so we did organize that after the event at 6:30, 7 p.m. a private screening, and it was quite special. I mean, we were in our demo booth, all of our guys were here and showing the third installment of the game that the father, you know, the spiritual father was there, and I think we took a lot of pictures. And I remember one quote he said, it really looks and sounds like a true Deus Ex, and for me that was sufficient.
You're gonna love Hengsha. Twice the scum and half the space. Call me if you need me back up. There's a nightclub in this sector called The Hive. If our hacker went to ground here, chances are the owner will know.
These guys, first of all, they came because they came to the new studio. They left behind jobs that were incredibly interesting, working for very good companies on very good franchises. But these guys left everything.
What have we done?
But these guys left everything to come to a brand new studio with not even permanent offices yet. But they had this passion, deep passion, and I think for all of us, it's the project of our life. Yeah. And we want this to be our signature. And once you start with that, and you work hard, you have good support, you have a good team, and after 3.5 years, if things are not so bad, the results will be there.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. I think really, is it a great game or not? I think it's not up to us to say this at all. I think it's not our business. I think it'll be the players and all that. But what I think it was really that it's a major endeavor of passion. Like the journalists, like they come here, like we have like journalists that have been in the business for 20 years, right? And they come here and they tell us stuff like, man, I haven't felt that in like 10 years. Like the kind of spirit there's here, the kind of energy. They're really like, there's really something going on. How much is that in the game? I think that passion is in the game, definitely. Will that make a good game? Like I said, I don't think that's really, I think we have a great product, but I mean, it's a, but yeah, I think it's really a work of passion and a work of I think like really smart people that like are really freaking structured, organized and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what it's all about, and it's a great team. And you know, we've been told at the Gamescom, right? They were looking at all the pictures of all the different teams, of different dev teams, and then when they got to our picture, the journalist was like, "Man, it's like I couldn't put my finger on it at the beginning, but it's like there's something about you guys, and you realize your picture. You guys are all kind of laughing and goofing around, and I think that's what it is really. It's a goofy game.
Cut. If you want to make enemies, try to change something.